Oh.
I'm going to share my screen. Like I said, guys, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself or put your question in the box. All right, team call. Let's do a really quick week at a glance. So all times are in Eastern Standard Time. There is the National Wake Up Call tomorrow. I cannot stress this enough that even if you watch the recording of it, even if you watch it while you're in the shower, whatever it is, if you fast forward through the recognition, I personally wouldn't, because there's a ton of like the information, if there's any news, if there's any sales going on, they do all of that. Carl's been speaking at a lot of the beginning of the calls recently, and I've loved that because I like to see companies that are run fully, not just like a CEO sitting back collecting the money and letting it roll in. Like he's a leader, and I really admire that. So hop on the National Wake Up Call or watch the recording. On Tuesday, there is an action hour in the Beachbody Champions page. If you're really struggling to get your hustle hours in, if you're like, girlfriend, I feel unmotivated, I get sidetracked, I'm scrolling on Instagram constantly, hop on one of these hustle hours. And there are hundreds, if not thousands, of lives that have been recorded and they're saved in that page. Like, go in there, find your people, and they have special ones that are all about like connections, finding new accounts. Like, they're very specific ones. So hop on that. Wednesday is the last day of the pay period to rank advance. We do have a 10 a.m. hustle hour that day with just our team. Thursday is payday, and then there's also at 12 p.m. the Diamond Mastermind thread call. So if you're in that Diamond thread, we have a call with Marissa and her team. And then Sunday we have another team call, and I will be putting in the team page asking for topics that you guys want to hear on. I wrote down some of the ones that you already said, and that's what I'm implementing this week. But I really want this to be something that you guys look forward to, that you come in here and you're learning, and it's something that we can kind of mastermind all together on, because you might have something that really works awesome as well. So moving on. This is our final May leaderboard. I'm going to just move this over so that you guys can see it. Our top volume leaders, Caitlin's on there, Danielle, Julia, and me, and then my mom made it on the board. Danielle hit Success Club 8, which I'm going to talk about that in a second. Sam Ruther hit Success Club 6, my brother hit Success Club 10, and I hit Success Club 10. So it was a really good month, and I'm really excited to see what June will bring. Remember that challenge packs are still on sale for $140, so get on that. This is our weekly leaderboard. There's nobody up there. It's so lonely. So I'm getting on there by the end of the week. I hope that you guys are hustling, getting on there by the end of the week. Remember, if you haven't, like if you've really been struggling, we do have a hustle hour on Wednesday. But here are our volume leaders. We have Danielle, Julia, Anna, and Caitlin up there. Now, changing lives. I want to talk about Danielle for a second. So Danielle has been a coach for over a year, and this is her first time she has hit Success Club this month. And I think that speaks volumes on her consistency, her motivation. And Danielle's just been doing invite. Like, she's my invite queen. Like, she's inviting, she's in her inbox. And I think that's so important, that it's important to see people that also don't have the fast starts, that aren't getting Success Club 60 in their first month, that aren't hitting Diamond a month out of the gate. Like, I think that's so important. She's built such a strong foundation, and she knows her brand, which I just think is so amazing. So I know this is not the last time you'll see Danielle on the leaderboard, and she has lots of exciting things coming in her future. So moving on, there is the Emerald bonus for the month of June. Anyone that hits Emerald, and I mean hit Emerald by adding 2 coaches. So even if you're already Emerald, this applies to you. Add 2 more coaches. You get 1 entry into this pot, and I'm going to put all the people that added 2 coaches in there, and then we're going to draw a name, and they're going to get a $100 gift card to probably Amazon, just because that's the easiest with stores being closed and stuff. But if you want a specific store, if you're like, Target's my jam, then we'll do Target or whatever. So if you figured it out, if you add 4 coaches this month, you get 2 entries, 6 coaches, 3 entries. So let's do it. And I am counting your controlled accounts. So don't worry if you're like, I still want to apply for this, but I'm adding the people under my mom or my brother or whatever. Like, that's fine. So that's the Emerald bonus. I want to do the rank leaderboard real quick. We have Diamond leader me, and then on the Emerald leaders, we have my brother, Danielle, Julia, Madison, Samantha Ruther, and my mom. And then I want to do leaders on the watch. So our Emerald watch, Shaylin, Erica, Anna, Katie, Caitlin, and Amanda. And then I think there's only 2 E's in her name. I have 3 here. Mess. And then we have our Diamond watch. We have my brother, Danielle, and Sam Ruther. Grutter. I always mess that up. So you'll be seeing those leaders up on the Diamond over here, and then hopefully some of these leaders are moving over to Diamond Watch. Now, Coach Summit, as you know, Coach Summit, Jesus Christ, I'm in here with the cats and they're kind of going crazy. Coach Summit got canceled. Very sad. I still do not have an update on Airbnb. I'm going to email them again this week. So I'll keep you up to date on that. They haven't moved their policy back to July yet. So I'm really a little nervous that we're only going to get half our deposit back, but you guys know me, I'm stubborn as fuck. So I'll keep fighting. I don't roll over easy. So we'll get the full amount. So all the events that they would normally have are still going to happen, but they're going to be virtually, which I think is going to be super fun because Danielle actually did this at our last summit. She sat at home in her PJs and watched like the closing events. And how fun is that going to be? Because we can like live stream it together. Maybe we can do a Zoom party for some of them. Like I really want to make this a good event. And what was I going to say? I forgot. But another thing that literally just happened like 10 minutes ago, which I was thinking about, Jackie and Kyla, some of you guys know her, their team is still going to their Airbnb and celebrating together. And I was kind of thinking, if we can't get that refund, it might be nice to still go. So
their Airbnb, they did not keep it for NOLA. They just rebooked a different Airbnb in Virginia Beach.
Oh.
Where I live.
What?
Yeah, they're going to be like 20 minutes from me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we'll talk about that later. Okay. So, Beachbody Challenge, there's still going to be that. If you guys don't know what the Beachbody Challenge is, it's so inspiring. You have to watch it. A lot of coaches leave during that part, and I don't understand why, because it's literally the bread and butter of what we do. But it's these people, it's basically they share their life story of how their lives changed. And I think it's super cool because a lot of them are like they're older people, and like their sons or daughters that are coaches help them get to that point. So it's really, really inspiring just to see them. And they're like these old people. Not all of them are old. Some of them are super young. But like there's like old people like working out Shanti, and it's really cool. And then they have celebration night, which is just, I really hope, because I've been at both mindsets, I know both mindsets, I hope that you do a lot of personal development going into it, because if you spend that entire celebration night comparing yourself to everyone that's being recognized, you might as well not watch it. Versus if you watch these people that have come from nothing and they have this like insanely huge business and you go, that could be me. Why not me? There's two different mindsets there. And I really hope that you go in and do a lot of personal development so that you can get the most out of that celebration, because it is truly an inspiring thing, but only if you're in the right mindset. But it's a really cool night. It's fun. And like usually, I don't know how they'll do it this year, but like in past years, Carl Deichler like comes out and sings and dances, and like they do crazy shit. So I'm just like super excited about that. They'll announce where next year's summit is, what the plans are for that. They'll do a new program, probably a new nutritional. Like it's amazing. So we definitely have to do that. Moving on. So because we're doing a virtual summit, I'm going to be still doing summit recognition goodies. So if you hit Success Club 6 this month, which is just insane to me that summit is literally next month, because I was like thinking of the cutoff date. I was like, shit, it has to be at the end of this month, because 2 weeks after that is summit. So if you hit Success Club 6 this month, you'll get a custom team shaker bottle, which I might use the same design as last year. I might switch it up. We'll see. But I really like the ones we had last year. And then new emeralds are going to get a goodie bag. I talked about this a little bit. What call did I talk about it on? I don't remember, but I definitely talked about it before. But basically, it's going to be all your summit essentials. So, like, I'm not guaranteeing anything because I want to make it – I like to just go places and see what I find. So, we'll see. But, like, maybe, like, a custom notebook, different things like that. So, like, just fun things. And I said new emeralds as in this month, last month, or this month. So, if you hit emerald there, because I really – don't want you, because I was this person. I was the person that was emerald and held emerald for 2 years. So don't be that person. Keep pushing. And then there is a diamond push thread. If you're not in that diamond push thread, talk to me. But if you are in the diamond push thread, you're dropping your bat 5 times a week, you're participating in the calls, you're really stepping up and showing leadership, you're going to earn the virtual summit pajamas. And I'm going to get super cute, fun ones. I'm going to look around and see what we're going to do. And then diamond, you could earn a team tank. Now, chances are you'll earn like everything above it if you hit diamond. You know what I mean? Like, so basically if you hit this, you're probably going to hit that and that and that. And then what was I going to say? Oh, for Sam and Danielle, who have already earned this tank top, they have the chance to earn a team sweatshirt, which I'm super pumped. I want you guys to do it kind of selfishly because I want the sweatshirt and I'm not going to like order it for myself without having other people. So earn it so I could order them. But I'm super pumped. I ordered 10 of these t-shirts, so y'all better earn them and so I can send them out. Moving on. So we talked about a little bit about the diamond thread. So basically a lot of the leaders in Beachbody have been doing like diamond push groups, and I'm very like about diamond push groups because there's two types of people. There's people that go in and they're like all gung-ho, they do all the work, and when they don't see the results, they're like, not for me. Guess I'm not a good coach. Guess I'm not doing this. And it's like, there's that person, but then there's also the people that join these groups and they don't participate. They're like, I want it, but I'm not going to do anything. Like, sorry, like it's just a lot. There's a lot going on right now. So I'm really hesitant about push threads, but I looked it over and I looked at this mastermind manual and I was like, fuck, okay, I need to do this because I think that has a ton of resources. It's awesome. It's put together super amazingly. It basically lays out your whole steps to diamond, how to get there, the resources you need, the mindset resources, things like that. So I think it's an amazing manual. So if you're in this thread, you will get that manual, and it's a roadmap of diamond in 30 days. So the requirements to do this thread were 4 active coaches, but I moved it down to 2 because I was like, I know a lot of you guys are hustling your ass off. So if you want it, you have to have 2 active coaches. And then I said, if you didn't have 2 active coaches, you had to show me a fully completed week of the business activity tracker. And I do that because a lot of people talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. Like, I need to see that you're doing the work. And from there, we can tweak the different things. Moving on. Now, next Friday is the elite update, and y'all, I'm scared shitless. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really nervous about it, but I'm also really excited to see how we progress over the next few months, especially when a lot of you guys start stepping up as leaders and hit diamond, because I think that our rank is just gonna skyrocket because we have the volume, we have the leadership points, we have all this stuff, but once we get those diamonds, it's gonna bring us up there. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited. Every single one of you has the opportunity to earn us like 50 plus points by hitting diamond and holding it for 6 weeks, and then going from there and continuing on with the star diamond ranks. So let's go. Now for the meat of the call. I wanted to do a call because I know I really struggled when I was a new coach about, okay, I have these conversations, I'm inviting people. Now, what do I say to them? How do I bring up the price? How do I keep track of these people? Like, I'm doing this stuff, but how do I do it after there? And I really have simplified this, and it might seem a little, if you're a Danielle type person who talks and you love talking to people, it might seem a little short and to the point, but you can't help people unless you're helping people. So staying on track and making sure that these conversations are moving forward, that's what's important. So I'm going to teach you a 4-step process for talking to your clients. Now, some important things to note before we get started. You have to be adding to your network daily. I'm talking at least 10 to 15 people per day, new accounts you're engaging with. And honestly, I have not been seeing a ton of traction with just liking and following. I think I'm going to change my connections to, sorry, I just took my shoes off. I think I'm going to change my connections to actually commenting on their stuff, which used to be creepy, but I feel like if you're niche down enough where you're like, talking to someone about self-love or talking to them about hiking or a specific restaurant or stuff like that, like I think that it's not as creepy. So I think I'm going to start switching to that and adding people that way. And then there is a training in the team page. If you're struggling, you're like, I don't know how to find people. Look at the team call we did 2 weeks ago. I went super into depth about it. And then we're going to talk about tracking and people falling through the cracks. Now, all these steps are really awesome that I'm going to teach you. This conversation is awesome, but if you're not tracking these people, it's not worth it. It's not, I mean, you're not any better than where you were. You might as well just throw your phone in the trash. You have to be tracking people or else people are going to fall through the cracks. I cannot tell you this enough because I have had my wrist slapped so many times by people I was talking to and then they joined someone else. And it's like, I should have been that person. I should have been the person consistently talking to them. So let's get started. We're going to talk about the 4-step conversation, and we're going to talk a little bit about streak versus notebook. So I see pros and cons of both. Personally, I track anyone that has given me their email on streak. I love streak for that. But if they haven't given me their email yet, they're in my little tiny little notebook. It's a plain notebook. It's just a little thing, and I basically have it tabbed on the top that says 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. No crazy stuff, nothing like that. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, I'm gonna check the chat super quick. If we can't get the deposit back, I'm not post weekday vacay. Me too. Oh, I can I have it downloaded on my computer. I'll put it in Drive and then share it. Yeah. Streak is it's a add-on for Gmail, and it's basically a tracking thing. Maybe we can do, I know I put a training in the team page, but maybe we can do a call about that as well, because I think it's important. But it's just like anything else. If you don't use it and check it every day, it's useless. So I would suggest just starting with a notebook. Super easy, super simple, and something you're going to consistently use. First, step 1 is invite. You guys, there are so many trainings on inviting. If you just Google Beachbody invite, any top coach invite, there will be a million trainings popping up. If you go to the Beachbody Champions page, type in the little search bar, invite. Tons and tons of trainings, tons of different perspectives, tons of different options. Look in there, find what works for you, simplify it, and make it whatever it is. So your invites are going to come from your stories, the people that like your stuff, your followers, your Facebook friends if you're on Facebook, etc. And then we're going to talk about having a generic invite versus a specific group invite. Personally, I've done both, and I think the specific group invites work much better. But I will say, for an initial connection, I like to just do a generic one. And then, like, when I'm following up with them, when our conversation is dissipated, I ask them to join a specific group. I think it works a lot better. So moving on. General. We've talked about this before, but I'm just going to read through these. You can take a picture. They're in the team page. Hi, Gabby. I see you giving love to my page, and I just wanted to say thank you. There's an emoji there. I think it's a heart. Is there anything mental, physical, health-wise that you've been stuck on? I always try to share things to help with my Insta girls. I think that's a good conversation starter, just opening the door. But personally, I do not get a lot of traction out of that. People tell me all about their life and how horrible it is, and I'm basically like, so sorry to hear that, sending good vibes your way. But it has opened the door for them to talk more to me. If they say something specific, like I'm struggling with being motivated, obviously I try to change it a little bit, but it's basically just opening the door. Now the specific invite is where I actually talk to people and they like really get into detail with me. So, hi Blank. I don't know if you've seen on my stories, but I've been diving into a new lifting and HIIT program with the girls I mentor. We've been working on mindset, self-love, and nutrition as well. Would you be down for details? Gonna be honest, lots of people on red, lots of people don't respond to it, but that's fine, because then I know that I can follow up with them, whatever. But that's my general invite. Step 2, goals. So they respond and they're like, you know what? Yeah, I would like some more information. Instead of fucking puking on them and giving them, it's this much of money and you have to check in once a day and you have to do this, blah, 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 like word vomiting on them. All I say is awesome. Okay. So to make it easy without blabbing, in the Fit Fam, we really focus on overall health, mindset, self-image, confidence, fueling your body, etc. What are your goals? That's it. And I basically put it on them. And then they tell me what they need. And you guys, this is so important, because then when they come at you with a price suggestion, you can say, well, I know you really wanted to work on this. Would giving up a coffee a day be worth it for you? You can use their specific examples. So some people, of course, are just going to be like, lose weight, tone up. But I think that I've catered my audience enough that people know that I'm all about the mental health. So they really go into that side and how they want to be better, and they're sick of yo-yo dieting. They're all this stuff. And that's my jam. So obviously, they've been watching me. And then right after that, so they tell me what they struggle with. Now I go into their struggles. I say, girl, those are great goals. And I bet my community view it a good fit for you. So aside from the fun stuff, you'll also get access to a workout app that's kind of like Netflix, but for fitness, nutrition, and mindset. You'll also get a 30-day supply of my superfood smoothies to try. It's not just a protein shake. It's like a multivitamin on crack, laughing emoji. I can send you some yummy recipes. So one question, what has been your hardest part for you when it comes to your goals? Motivation, accountability, cravings, meal prep, workouts, or all the above. So they're going to specifically tell me, this is what I struggle with. This is what I have a hard time with. So obviously, if they start talking about motivation, girl, the accountability group is going to be a game changer for you. Accountability, you're going to have a whole group of people working on their stuff. Cravings, girlfriend, me too. My superfood shake has really helped me, but whatever, you can talk about that. Meal prep, every week we send out recipes. Workouts, girlfriend, you're going to have a whole Netflix of workouts available. So every single one of these excuses that they're going to come up with, you're going to have something that's going to fight back with them. So they're going to tell you all about their struggles. Now, I do want to say, well, I'll talk about that in a second when I talk about following up. Next thing, price. No beating around the bush. This is what I say. So looking back at your goals and what you've been struggling with, I think the basic bundle would be the best option for you to crush it with us. So basic, they know that they're getting like the best price. The pack is basically the silver platter for you to crush it with us, for you to crush it. But the real value is in our community, what this means for you is that every single morning when you wake up, you have a girl gang supporting you and helping you stay accountable to help you reach your goals. The bundle is $140 and a year's access to the workouts. I should have a year's access to the workouts. Plus 30 days a supply of superfoods, the meal plans, grocery guides, access to hundreds of workout programs so we can figure out together what you want to start with. Like I said, for a full year. Giveaway and giveaways and check-ins, a shaker bottle, our accountability group for women, and my ongoing support. Does this sound doable for you to dive in with us? Not does this sound good? Does this sound doable? And they're going to be like, well, shit, $140. Like, maybe not, But do you understand how I'm literally guiding the conversation, start to finish? There's no word vomiting on them. There's no them getting overwhelmed. There's nothing like that. Like, this is all that I say. And how much easier does it make it for me? Because I know where every conversation is at. I know that if I go in there and I say, we just talked about goals, next step is struggles. Like, it takes all the anxiety out of the conversation for me. And then, so if they jump to price, let's say you're talking about goals and they're like, well, how much is it? Like, how much is this? I say, whoa, girl, haha, I would love to give you the price, but this isn't a one price fits all. My bundles for my mentorship are different prices based on your goals and needs to reach your results that you are wanting. Can I ask what some of your goals are? Tone up, lose weight, better eating choices, gaining more confidence, joining a supportive community, starting a new fitness journey, etc. So then you're telling them there's lots of different options for you. Now, if they still say that's too much money, you have some different options, and I have scripts for this in the team page. Basically, you can ask them if they want to go to just nutrition, just workout, but $140, like, I would basically break it down for them and just be like, this is what it comes to $12 a month. This is what you're getting, blah, blah, blah. If they still say they can't swing it, ask them if you can follow up with them. That is the biggest thing. Be like, okay, well, when my group starts next month, is it okay if I follow up with you? I'd love to work with you, or something like that. Now, next slide. Follow the fuck up. Now, remember that little notebook I talked about? Every single time you move someone from step 1 to step 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, you're going to cross their name out onto the 1 section, move them to the 2. Once they're in the 3, you got it. Cross their name out, move them to the 3. So when you're doing your follow-ups, you can look in your little planner and be like, I usually start with 4 because those people are right there. You've already talked to them about price. I go there, I talk to them. I already know that I've talked to them about their goals. I already know that I've talked about their struggles. I've covered all the bases. I don't have to be scrolling back in the conversation and be like, well, what did she want to work on? Different things like that. I already know. And then I go through to the 3s, the 2s, the 1s, and I just follow up with everyone. One thing that I think is really important is doing a follow-up Friday. I do this for everyone. If they left me on red, I just make a joke out of it. I'm like, girlfriend, you did not leave me on red right now. I know the price can be daunting, but it's for a year's access to the workout and 24/7 support. What do you say? Or something like that. And they might say, no, I just can't swing it. And then you say, can I follow up with you next month with our next group? And then if they do say, yes, follow up with me next month, next whatever, 2 months from now, put it in your planner. Do not, I repeat, do not highlight their name in your notebook. Do not put them on a follow-up list. You will lose the list. That notebook will be gone. Something will happen. Put it in your planner for the exact date you're going to follow up with them and say, follow up and put their username. So there'll be no miscommunications. You know that you have to do it there. You could even say hesitant on price, waiting for to get back to work, something like that, like a little blurb so you know you can mention it in your follow-up. Put it in your planner. I cannot stress that enough. I've had so many people I was like, oh yeah, I'll remember to follow up with them next month. I'll remember. You're not going to remember, honey, especially if you're doing the number of invites you need to be doing and having the conversations you should be having. Like, you're not going to remember it. So I always add this in. I love this. I'm probably just going to keep it in for all of our trainings. In a training I watched a little bit ago, Steve Innes said, do you want this? Like, he kept talking about how coaches overcomplicate this and they think they have to have all these like insane systems and make it so complicated. You guys, that was a 4-step process. How many times have you been going back and forth with people about price? I guarantee it was over 4. That or you're puking on them and it was like, yeah, I'm interested. Here's the price. Here's everything it's included. Like 4 steps. That's it. Like, does that take the anxiety out of it? And he talked about, he's like, do you want this to work? Then go fucking do it. And it's as simple as that. Like, I think that I look at these coaches that are not the brightest bulb in the whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I see these people and I'm like, you know what? If they can make it work, I can make it work. And I think honestly, like, we tend to overcomplicate things and we're like, you know what? Well, let's do this and all these like extra things. And that's great. But if you're not doing the core vital behaviors that move your business forward every day, you might as well just chuck it in the trash, you know? So I want to ask if you guys have any questions, and then I want to do a goal check-in and numbers for the week. What are you aiming for? Your invites, your follow-ups, things like that. Questions, comments, concerns. Danielle, you can turn the thing off now. Thank you for recording it.